Oh. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Cool. Right, so I've got my new RTX 2080. Finally. I've had it for about a week. My PCU finally arrived. It arrived earlier. Well, it arrived during the day when the shop that ordered it in for me got their delivery. I was at work, so I went to work. I came back, walked in. He was like, "It's here." So I went up to the flat, and then when he finished work, he came up and he helped me with installing it and putting the graphics card in and all of that. So now I've just got to figure out what to do with my old graphics card that is currently sat in the 2080 box. Come on, game. You gonna load me in? Or are you frozen? Oh. It's doing things. Stuff. And things. And stuff and things. And things and stuff. And stuff and things. Now it looks like it's frozen. Oh, nope. Just having a long pause. Whatever, game. Whoa. Ooh, that frame rate's a bit chuggy. What? Right. So, how much am I currently carrying? I'm carrying a lot. Right. Right. We'll see how that does us. Just check that it did register that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to desktop the game, then load back in, and see if I get a better frame rate. Right. Wonder if my motherboard is bottlenecking it slightly. Because I only have I don't have a full-size board, I have a small board. Because this is from my old PC that was in a ultra small case. It was awesome. It was an awesome thing. But yeah, since I upgraded to a different case and different graphics card back in November. Yeah, about then. Yeah. It just looks really small in this. Go on game, load, so I can test. Whoa, that's a bit of a psychedelic skyline. Right. Whoa. I don't think that frame count is right.
You die! Strongest super mutant.
Let's just see how it performs in combat.
Played tricks on me again.
Okay, there is definitely some slowdown, but I don't think it's as much as it's actually saying that there is.
You humans make us. Now Appalachia belong to us.
Turn off that FPS counter for a couple minutes then. See how it plays. You die now, fool. Guess I'm not opening that door. Wondering what that noise was. That bloody thing. This game looks so pretty with the lighting. I think Bethesda really are right when they say that graphics aren't everything in the game. I think they really are right. I mean, graphics help, but if you don't get the lighting right, your graphics won't mean a thing. You could have the best textures on the world in the world, but if your lighting's poopy, your game's poopy. We're not the only one who just saw an explosion then, right? So definitely heard it. Should probably stop making that super annoying noise. Literally the sound he made. Guess that's what happens when you get killed during your sentence. Uh-oh. Oh good, I can't make it out. That could have been bad. Got him. random. I assume that was a car detonating and not some random ass suicider. Now, I couldn't find the radio here last time. And I think I might have the same issue, because I don't think there is a radio. No. Unless it's very well bloody hidden, so that's annoying. Well, it's annoying for me, probably not for most players. Unless you just don't like background music, which, yeah, I guess some people just don't. Now, from what I know, Bethesda still haven't actually patched this since their last patch that broke some stuff. So yeah, there are still some issues. Still some issues and weird things. So bulk scrap still gets scrapped when you say scrap all junk. Don't ask me why. It's Bethesda for you. And there are a load of other things as well. You might be saying to yourself, why do you keep picking up guns and all weapons, Doug? You don't need to. You don't need the scrap, and you don't need any of the mods, particularly. This is true. I do it out of habit. Someone loves Allison. Yeah, I do it out of habit because in Fallout 4, I set my character up to scrap weapons because he believed that by scrapping the weapons he was taking them away from what's the word I'm looking for? By scrapping weapons, oh yeah, he believed he was taking them away from the raiders so they wouldn't get back into circulation, if that makes sense. But it never seemed to work because the raiders always had more guns the next time he encountered them. I spied me a safe. And I immediately failed. Epic fail. Whoops. Plan for a harpoon gun, you say? Might be time to go whaling. Before any of you start going, that's incredibly insensitive and bad for the environment. Yeah, for one. And two, there aren't actually that many countries that go whaling anymore. I think Japan, or is it China? Or is China shark fin? I don't know. Anyway, one of those Asian countries, they tend to be the ones that most prominently do it. I say that, however, I know of at least 2 groups of people who are legally allowed to do it because it's literally how they survive the winter. And that is some Eskimo clans and some Eastern Russians up on the Baltic Sea? I don't know. The bit that's closest to America at Alaska. Yeah. But they can because it's literally the only way for them to survive the harsh winters otherwise. And they use the entire animal. They don't just kill it and use like 3% of the animal's carcass. They use the entire thing, which is actually good. Like, I've not been actively hunting myself, but I've been a member of several hunts in my area, and I quite simply don't care if you kill something as long as your intention is to eat what you have killed. Or feed it to your dog, I don't particularly care. As long as it doesn't just get thrown back to where it was. I'm going to take that but not read it, because I think I'm going to find the rest of them somewhere around here. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with hunting. I have a problem with people who hunt, but then don't use what they've hunted. It's like, what's the point? Why go to all that effort to just not use it? Some people just don't agree with hunting at all. Okay. You got to eat somehow. But yeah. But that's an ethical question that I don't care for. Because it's stupid. Be like trying to ban meat. You can't. How would you? How would you ban meat? Okay? You ban people from eating meat. What do you do with all the livestock that has been raised? Because apparently that's bad for the environment, all that carbon dioxide, monoxide, I don't know. Cow fart gas is bad for the environment, apparently. How's it going with this? Oh yeah, so you ban people from eating meat, and what do you do with all the animals? What, just let them die? Well, someone has to look after them. What are you going to do? Pay the farmer to look after them, but not do anything with them? What's the point of that? You'd have to pay the farmer. You'd have to pay the farmer to do it. Which means you're gonna have to raise taxes by a considerable amount, because farming isn't fucking cheap. And it keeps going up in price. Like, it keeps going up in expenditures. Because, I don't know, the world sucks. Ooh. Almost triggered that. Oh no, it's not under there, is it? It'll be under here. find that blooming radio? Probably not. Let's see if it's up here. Not that I can see. What port are you from? No idea. I don't actually know if this music's copyrighted. It is, however, very patriotic, which is ironic because these people are technically secessionists, which basically means they're deserters. And deserters get shot. Or are we not allowed to say that anymore? I don't particularly care. Just because you're not allowed to say something doesn't mean it ain't true. It's like people who think you can't say black anymore. What am I supposed to say? Dark? That's worse. Yeah. No, you don't. Sierra 117 was here. Where are you, Chief? I see you. Time to die. god damn is going on? I think they're Scorched fighting super mutants. I think that's what's going on. Ooh, that's what it sounds like. It's very fucking dark. That's where the bouquet is. Thank you for the grenades, game. Oh dear. Bugger. No, they've played hot potato as well, I guess. Of course. Okay, that's one less gun firing back at me. Ay, ay, ay. Better get something bloody useful for this.
These are your heals no longer.
Again, one less gun firing at me. Oh yeah, getting all the perk procs. Goddamn perk, how many times do you want to proc? I was getting shot at a lot, to be honest. Yeah. Fuck me. Jesus, how much damage did I avoid taking? All the damage, apparently. Or is it glitched? There's always a possibility. It could be broken. I'm sorry, what? That's really starting to annoy me. How's moving target even proccing? I don't have it active. It's gotta be a bug. It's gotta be, because I don't have the perk active. Or maybe it just took the perk that long to catch up. I mean, it's not impossible. Improbable, yeah, but not impossible.
You like my game, human? Having fun?
I am, rather, yes. Now that the game isn't making loud, obnoxious noises every 3 or so seconds. Having a rather good, pleasant time indeed. So close. So. And I've leveled up. Safe haven.
I don't know if I'm sick or I'm dying, but my body has changed. And I've sought help, but people laugh at my appearance or turn me away. I guess I'm what people are calling a ghoul. A name that makes me sick to my stomach. I've been chased out of my own home, and now I'm running from place to place, hiding like a criminal. A week ago, I was begging for food and was almost shot by someone who didn't want me near them. Well, I've had enough. I found a note from someone named Lucy Harwick. She claims to run a place where people like me can go to live their life without being afraid. I'm going to head out to Valley Galleria to see if it's true. And I hope to God that it is, because I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Valley Galleria. Huh. to read that yet. I guess that's West Virginia's version of Underworld. Radiation sickness is pretty dreadful, and it's even worse in the Fallout universe, because Fallout. Because dying of radiation poisoning wouldn't be quite cruel enough. You have to mix in DFEV, or whatever China's equivalent was, unless you were claiming that America nukes itself, hence why there are ghouls. Yeah, because from what I remember and what I know, you don't become a ghoul because of just radiation. So the logical conclusion is something along the lines of FEV. Biological agent as well as radiation causes the mutation that turns one into a ghoul to take place. Now, that being said, a ghoul technically shouldn't be able to live forever, based purely on that. But somehow ghouls can live a lot longer, at least, than a standard human lifetime. Considering some of them, at least in Fallout 3, were from before the war. So that's 210 years, I think? I might be wrong, but yeah, it's a long bloody time. An unnatural lifetime. Damn it. Fuck's sake. That is the first Gauss rifle I have found. Awesome. So his first holotape will be here somewhere. Huh. I'll be able to fill in what actually happened before they ended up dead. Restoring order.
Things are finally starting to shape up around here at Harper's Ferry. We got a lot of defenses up and running. A real perimeter.
Oh god.
Working on some new contraption to help with these brutal storms. They said they could go to the air or something. Ella's got a decent clinic set up with the help of the department. We feel like maybe Riley's right. And have a real go. And some of these survivors stay on complete worthless too. One guy, Duncan, turned out to be a decent hunter. And another gal, Kendall. He's better shot than me. Still, you look at the people struggling with things. You bastards had your chance. We practically spelled it out for you. You turned your noses up and called us crazy. Idiots.
Going to blow! My arm! Light hit!
Could have been worse, I suppose. They could have killed me. Leonard's journal entry. There's a lot of talk around town about the physical challenges that are happening to Daniel Withby. Some folks are calling him a monster and want to kick him out of Harper's Bay. Others say those two responders that showed up should be giving the time to help him out. Honestly, I don't know the right answer, but what I do know is whatever's happening to Daniel could already be happening to all of us. Not because of him, but because of what the war did to our world. For all we know, all of mankind may end up like poor Daniel. Honestly, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Is that the person who was turning into the ghoul? But that sounded like a woman. I don't know. Don't know. You didn't do a good job of explaining, game. Ah, Jesse Sunday's Holotape Part 1.
When my brother JD and I answered the call to head into Harper's Ferry, we expected to find an organized Free State stronghold. Now that we're here, It's obvious that no one knows what the hell they're doing. The other Free States families are wasting precious resources, trying to restore Harper's Ferry and create a safe haven for survivors. Instead, they should be turning the town into a fort and stockpiling supplies to prep for the long haul. And we'll still pitch in. We don't plan on sticking around long to see what happens. We don't think that Harper's Ferry will ever be safe. So we're gonna use our share of the supplies to reinforce the bunker at our cabin.
Not a terrible idea, to be honest. I mean, he is right. Turning this place into a fortress would be way better than
The past few years, my
this.
brother's been bummed out. Like really sad, you know? Personally, I don't think he's ever recovered from watching the world end. Hell, I don't think any of us have. I tried to talk to him about it. They kept pushing me away and changing the subject. But after JD met Brianna Hawk in Harper's Ferry, things turned around. I guess she helped him out, by giving him a different shoulder to cry on. Why JD's more comfortable with her than his own brother, I'll never know. Yeah, I'm kind of angry. Maybe even a little jealous. I'm gonna let it go. For his sake.
Ugh.
Still, there's something about Brianna that bugs me. So I'm gonna keep an eye on her.
Smart. I mean, to be honest, your brother was an idiot as well. I mean, he did give supplies away. That's why women will always survive. Stupid man. Right, Southgate Terminal. Please read the latest missing persons alert. Keep an eye on the Mosstown traders near Thames. Okay, missing persons. The following is a list of all reported missing people from Harper's Ferry. Please see Edie Hayes for search party organisation. Missing hunting party. Esme Rivers, Tess and Frank Hopner, Vegas. Missing hunting party. Duncan McCann's hunting party is officially missing. The last communication stated they were heading north from Valley Gallery, tracking a pack of ghouls. The area should be avoided until a proper search party can be formed. If you can volunteer, please contact Eddie Hayes. Missing members are Duncan McCain, Kendall Sims, Randy Corlo, Terence Quincy, Annie Dolly Grace, Jacqueline Murphy, Courtney Kelly, Jackson Lake. Esme Rivers. Esme Rivers has been missing for 2 days now. If anyone has any idea of her whereabouts or has any information whatsoever, please let Eddie Hayes know ASAP. Tess and Frank. Hey everyone, Sid here. My grandparents have gone missing. We just woke up and they were gone without a trace. I think my grandma was wearing her old blue dress and my grandpa in the same old suit. He never took off. Far as I know, they ain't got no guns or any way to defend themselves. If anyone's willing to help me, look, please let me or Eddie know before the end of the day. Vegas. I don't know if this is the right forum for this, but if people could keep an eye out for my dog Vegas, my sister and I'd greatly appreciate it. He's a black and white border collie, super friendly. Even if someone finds him just to let us know he's passed on, we'd be grateful. Donnie. Oh, poor doggo. Patrol schedule. Shifts are slim today, but we got a lot of people missing out there. North, Eddie Hayes, Jed Karma. South, Larry Comstock, Miranda Fox. East, Kelly O'Reilly, Scott Weimer. West, Lonnie Crammer, and Charlie Walker. Forum. General forum because you asked. Be nice and appropriate, or be gone. Don't make me put a password on this. Duncan's hunting party. Quind Shelton posted. Are you guys saying our best shots with a gun are out there missing? If they can't survive out in that damned swamp, how the hell are we supposed to make it without them? I hope to heaven and back that we ain't drafting a search party, because I sure as hell won't be on it. Terry really replied, not to mention the loss of Hardball. Losing a Mr. Gutsy ain't no small potatoes. Hoping they aren't really lost, just sticking it out for a safe moment to strike home. Thanks for making us feel all warm and fuzzy inside, Quaid. Also, good to know you'd never have my back if it was my ass out there. Abso-fucking-lutely. A robot like that is better off protecting us folks here at Harper's, not running around in that damn swamp. Right. Broken radio. Daily Web posted, hey y'all, my radio has gone bust and I was hoping someone here could either fix or replace her. It wouldn't just be for me, but it's for my Gramps. Only real form of entertainment these days on account of him being blind. I don't have much for trade, maybe a couple packs of gumdrops or a working light bulb or two. Abigail Scythe replied, Delilah, I can fix that for you, no problem. How about I pick it up around lunchtime tomorrow? And don't worry about payments. I can't imagine it'll take much to bring her back. Delilah Webb replied, thanks Abby, I'll have her all ready for you. Now this is an interesting place.
Rat or be found.
I'm sorry, you want to try that again, zombie? In theory, this place should have been easy to defend. Sharon's angry letter. Okay. Mr. Hayes, something must be done about Daniel Whitby. The man is clearly carrying a disease and he needs to be removed from Harper's Ferry before we all become infected. Have you seen his skin, his hair? He's changing into a monster, and unless we exile him, we're all going to end up looking that way. Send him packing right now, or force Ella and Margie to drag him back to the Responders HQ in Charleston. Whatever it takes. He's a ticking time bomb, Eddie. Don't wait until it's too late, Sharon. You don't know that. Okay, well, you probably do, but... Sure, let's open the backpack. Okay. I gave my seat on the bus to a blind man. They fired me as a driver. Yeah, they would do. think I'm hungry. Yup.
May 2nd, 2080. Jesus, I'm tired. Ever since we agreed to help rebuild Harper's, it's just been non-stop work. These people are in some bad shape. Some are improving, but it pains me to see our supplies dwindle. It's just that logical knowledge of knowing you packed for 4 and then suddenly you need to provide for 8. On the bright side, we met a guy named Derek the other day who said he's with a group of people called the Responders. They seem to have realized what we knew all along, that the government wasn't going to lift a finger to help clean up this mess. The Responders have been at it from the start with no sign of order, so they took it upon themselves to organize and help those in need. It's also a relief to no longer be the only one with a real medical background and training. Derek said he could bring back some supplies and help out a bit, at least until we're more settled. Lucy's been a great help, but her training as an esthetician can only go so far.
Damn. So they were pretty much on the wire.
You move too much.
Oh, that's not good. My weapon broke. Right. Back in a second.
Yep. See you later. Yep.
Oh. Just one of the flatmates wanting to ask a question, so I answered his question. I'll absolutely take that missile launcher, thank you very much. I don't know, is that the terminal that wants me to put this in? No. Now someone's been here before me because they've opened the doors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce from this server and try and find a new one where someone hasn't been here. What's the time? 10 to 10. 10 to 10 on the 4th. Okay. Oh. So next Friday is when Metro comes out, right? Think so. Calendar. Yep, next Friday. Not this Friday, which is the 8th. Next Friday, which is the week after. Could do that Thursday. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Need to go out for a meal with the fam. Well, with my older brother specifically, because it was his birthday on the 31st and he's not been doing too well, he's been ill. So, why have I got a disease? Whoops, I just ate them both. Also, I said ate. It'd be more apt to say shoved in my face. Wonder if there's anything in that toilet. Nope. Not even the toilet. Not even the toilets in that toilet. They're in T-pose. Right. That one.
scenario 2. Semi-ideal. You made it. And maybe Harper's Ferry is not the nasty Scorchbeast nest I assumed it was. Now that you're in, you need to get to Raleigh's terminal and use that master holotape to download his routing schematics. We need them to set up the communication network for the uplinks and tie everything together. Bad news is, Raleigh fortified the armory to protect our research against the Brotherhood of Steel after they stopped playing nice. There's no outside access to the security we wired up there for safety purposes, so you may need to dodge a few turrets.
Ah,
So, if all goes well, you'll be hearing from me soon enough.
Narege's terminal. Air scrubbers. I've started construction on an air scrubber that we can set up throughout Harper's Ferry. These storms that blow through full of radiation and strange diseases are too much. Initial tests. Initial tests of the air scrubbers appeared successful. Now it's just a matter of listing out and scavenging the materials to create only a dozen more or so. Hopefully the benefit will get some people on board. I imagine it would as well. Not dying horribly because of radiation poisoning sounds like a good thing. Up and over. Kitchen stove. Alright. not every day that you get lockers that work as actual lockers. Jed's letter. We've got 2 more cases of 10mm coming in tomorrow, so that should take care of the ammo. I've talked to Larry and he's got plenty of drinking water, but we've got to do something about Henry. When we put him in charge of the food stockpiles, we didn't expect that idiot to collect 100 boxes of sugar bombs. How does he expect to survive on that sugary junk? After everything goes to hell, tell him to start collecting real food, or else he can shelter in his own bunker. Jed. What an idiot. What are you going to do for protein? Ah, we need sugar, mate. Yeah, if you're 4, maybe. Protecting our own.
I think it's time we claim the armory as our own territory. I'll need to get Eddie and Neeraj to help out with some security measures. Survivors are gonna hate it, but we gotta protect our own, especially against the damn Brotherhood.
Was that it, or is there more?
Yeah,
Oh.
Derek told us they've been hitting up the responders for manpower and supplies and not taking no for an answer. Well, they got another thing coming if they try that over here, and we need to be ready.
No, what you idiots needed to do was work with them. You're just idiots, is what you are. Perimeter. We finally got a decent perimeter set up around Harper's Ferry. It's quite the improvised mix of train cars and scrap. Fingers crossed she holds. Eddie's working on getting patrols together. Miranda's completely stepped aside, which has eased some of the tension. The woman has many flaws, but to her credit, pride ain't one of them. The Brotherhood of Steel. We met a group today calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Believe me, it ain't no union from what I heard. Some of them once forced a group of our own out of Thunder Mountain back when they went by some other name. Either way, I don't like it. We're not rebuilding this place to be taken over by some self-proclaimed military. They're exactly what we wanted to get away from. Trade routes. We've been able to set up a few small trade routes which have been risky but successful. We found a couple more communities out there. Some people are building up in the trees, others managed a decent shanty town, for lack of a better word. Then of course there's the route we secured to Charleston to work with the responders. It's been a decent exchange so far, and hopefully we can build it up. Crime. We found a body the other day. It's so torn up we have no way of knowing who it is. And it's got the entire town in uproar. Most are worried about some new killer creature, but a few other folks think we've got a madman on the loose. Of course, Sam's also nowhere to be found, so the next question is he the victim? The man just got here after burying his daughter. It wouldn't surprise me if this was what he wanted. Eddie, Neeraj, Miranda, they all think it's him, but my gut says otherwise. And why? I guess believing Sam just left without a word is better than him being dead. I guess. Oh. Master holotape. Sit back, relax, and let the holotape work its magic. Follow the options that appear below for guaranteed results. Begin scan, downloading.
Okay. Hopefully, my network predictions were successful, and you're legitimately triggering this next message. If not, I guess I'm speaking to no one, and none of this is going to matter. But I digress. You want to find Senator Sam Blackwell's terminal, and use the master holotape to download the files we need. It should be fun, since you get to visit the one and only Charleston Capitol building. Still intact last I saw. Then, find the nearest relay tower, upload all that hard-earned data. Piece of cake, right? Right.
Yep, someone's farming.
Jesus, what am I even doing? This is hopeless. Damn, still recording.
That's funny. Right. I need to look at the art, look in the swamp. someone was cooking up something. What an odd little spot.
use your assistance, citizen. Initial readings indicate non-hostile. As a member of the Free States and protector of Harper's Ferry, I hereby conscript you into service. I have wounded to protect, and re-establishing communications with Duncan McCann is vital. I have reason to believe their party was ambushed and a distress beacon deployed, but the signal is too weak to find. Your duty is to find a signal booster. Possible search locations include Harper's Ferry or the Valley Galleria Electronics Store. Once you've acquired the booster, proceed to the Survival Training Center and call down a cargo bot using this passcode. Attach the booster, release the cargo bot, and wait for the distress signal ping to reach your pit boy. Follow the ping, find the party. Dismissed! At ease, soldier.
Okay, let's read Courtney's note. Dear finder of this note, if you have found this, obviously I am dead. But my 2 cats are not. If you have any heart, please seek out Harper's Ferry and resume care over my precious Lola and Misty, or notify someone who will. Suggestions for responsible parties: Narish or Abby, Sanji, Tyrone Van Buren, her, Van Buren, or Cassandra Roberts. People to stay away from at all costs. Charlie Walker, warning. If Misty bites you, it's a sign of love.
Checking for vitals. So low they're undetectable. The Brotherhood better not interfere with your mission.
Let's go to the Galleria. I've not been there. Well, I've been past it to discover it, for a mission. But I don't really count that. I just want to try and find this bunker. Found it. Ransacked bunker. You gonna... There we go. I wonder who ransacked it. Brotherhood? Maybe. If anyone was gonna get into a bunker, it'd probably be them. Then it could have quite easily been anybody else, realistically. Jeremiah's journal, page 4. Huh. Okay, Jeremiah's journal, page 2. I heard over the radio that Raleigh called an all clear. He thinks it's finally safe to leave the bunkers. I've been thinking of my next move. It looks like the devil's worked this place over real good. Swamp water, red vines, creatures I ain't never seen in my life. I knew the government was using the war as some wild cover-up for some experimenting they wanted to do, but this is beyond what even I imagined. It ain't none of us safe out there now with what they've done. This guy's proper crazy. That's it. I gotta get out of here. I can't wait for a strange transmission cutting in and out over my radio. And I think the feds might have found me. Time to leave this place behind before they can track me down and lock me up. I ain't no man's guinea pig, and I sure as hell can't put up with no torture. I got the essentials packed and my shotgun loaded. Think I'll aim for the mountains. Might not be so bad that way. If they blocked any of the fallout, I can check on my old moonshine shack and see if she's still standing. Linda's journal, page 12. Today was a big day. Just not sure in the good or bad sense. We met up with all the survivors, and there really weren't as many as I thought there'd be. And some of them were really roughed up. It's obvious they have a lot to benefit from us. Natalie said we get to learn how to survive in the new world, and holy shit is it different. The entire forest had turned into this swampy mess. There are these red vines all over the place, creatures I've never seen before in my life. It's all gross and disgusting. And Harper's Ferry, this place is a wreck. I'm not even sure how the survivors survived this long. Page 20. I met a guy today. His name is DeAndre? Andre? I don't know. And he's so cute. I literally don't even think guys like this exist anymore. He also says he's part of this group called the Responders. They've been helping out the survivors here for a bit, so hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of each other. It might be time for me to volunteer at the clinic. Someone wants to get some of that. For a ransacked bunker, it didn't seem that ransacked. Ford's holotape.
Found some ridiculous robot in Berkeley Springs that upgraded me to a deputy. Joke's on him, I guess. Like I'm gonna go grab these bombs and turn them in like some honorable citizen? I'm keeping these babies for myself. Wiring's a bit gunked up. But I think I can make them work. Just gonna disarm this switch here to make sure it doesn't...
Dumbass. The robot doesn't ask you to do anything and makes you a deputy. It's gonna kill you. If it asks you to do things, then you do things for it, and then it makes you a deputy. It won't kill you. Ain't that hard to figure out, you idiot. Now, supposedly this place was being turned into a society for ghouls. That's gonna blow off. Nice bit of music, Mr. Sandman. Me. I knew it was gonna explode. Still, I wasn't expecting it when it did. Like, someone has to come along after the war and do that, right? Okay. Valley Galleria. Oh. Why is water here green? Oh, didn't want to do that. back in we go. Ah. I'm probably going to find that this music's copyrighted. That's a pain. Right. A lot of this might be problematic. Lucy's journal. Dear Journal, Valley Galleria's been a dream come true so far. The ghouls in the area generally keep people away from us, and the added bonus is all the furniture and junk food. Now I actually have time to try and see if I can reverse this disease. We also had a few more join up. Recently, one woman, Sarah, came here with her sister, who's been unaffected by all of this. It's good to see a supportive face from someone who's not one of us. It gives me hope. Yeah, except you're all dead. And we all know you're all dead. Jesus, they blew their own brains out. I've figured out why they blew their brains out also. Guarantee it's because that is Sarah's sister. And the ghouls went feral. And she couldn't find it within herself to kill them, so she killed herself. toy shop. It's a shame you can't sell already known schematics back to vendors. Jacob's holotape.
Somehow, I survived the night.
Can barely fucking hear that, so what I'll do is I'll play that when I go back outside, because I'll be turning my volume back up. Plan for a shish kebab. Damn, that's good. Fuck. Come on, game. Oh. For fuck's sake, game. Stop being shit. Oh my fucking god, why is this server crashing? For fuck's sake, game. Right. I can't exactly go anywhere, can I? Because I'm fucking trying to enter the fucking... Fuck! Right, I'm going to go back and try it now. Because the server seems to not be shitting itself to death now. Fuck's sake. Yep, thought that was all it was going to be. Right, well the server seems to be running a lot more stably now. For some reason it was having a real shit to the brain moment. Don't know why, just did. Oh yeah, I need to turn up audio. Right.
This is Jacob again. That's right. Still alive. Still stuck in a fucking... This is... Somehow, I survived the night. Not sure how those things haven't found me yet, but I won't complain. And lucky me, I found some old candy bars and a new cola. Can't tell if life's toying with me or not. 'Cause if it's gonna keep me fed just to throw me to the wolves, me and God are gonna have some words when I get to them pearly gates. I did some reflecting last night. You know, I thought about how stupid it is I'm in this whole situation on account of some girl. Just stupid. But Ella, she's smart. Smarter than I'll ever be. And nice. I never did meet a girl that'd give me the time of day. Well, Carly don't count. Carly's kin. But to think, all I wanted in the end was to get Ella those flowers she wanted for experiments. No, not worth dying over. No, siree.
He's the one that went looking for flowers.
This is Jacob again. That's right. Still alive. Still stuck in a fucking Valley Galleria. There's ghouls all over this place. And I'm screwed. I ain't got a bullet to my name. And I lost my machete in the last group. No. One inside. Thank you for Ella. Flowers. I swear I'm out of here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't charge me a cap, piece of shit game. Don't say you die, now pay to spawn at the closest place. Fuck off. Fucking bullshit is what that is.
Jacob again.
Right, now we can
That's
listen
right.
to it.
Still alive. Still stuck in the fucking Valley Galleria. There's ghouls all over this place, and I am screwed. I ain't got a bullet to my name. And I lost my machete in the last school that wanted to tussle. You know, the more I think about it, it's all Charlie's fault. I never should have listened to that bastard. He's got a thing for Ella. And I'm pretty sure he just wanted me out of the way. He's the one that sent me here after those damn flowers, huh? He planned this. I swear if I get out of here, he's a dead man.
Damn, that's gonna be valuable. Marine legs.
Initiating search for hostile target.
Well, that was random. I think this is a road. Yeah, I guess it's the track. Goes out to this place. I think.
Have you been down to General Steakhouse yet? Here, try this. One of our perfectly marbled steaks from General Steakhouse. Now made with 96% beef. My internal temperature is 1,000 degrees C. Perfect.
At least this house was somewhat fortified. I think that's the place I'm heading up there. Reload my rifle. ghouls. Oh, and it's the Brotherhood. Survival planning checklist. VEST Wilderness Survival Planning Critical Expedition Equipment Checklist. 2 days worth of food per day for the duration of your outing. Multi-tool, sharp pocket knife, large machete, first aid kit, waterproof matches, a flashlight, a hand crank rechargeable radio, bags of garbage and human waste. Oh, bags for, not bags of. A camera to capture fun moments and beautiful vistas. A sense of optimism. Fucking hell. Vest. Vest Wilderness Survival Planning. Let your home team know your plan. Who are you with? When do you plan to return? How are you getting around? What kind of equipment you have with you? Stick to your plan if you decide to deviate from it. Make sure you update your home team. Bring double the amount of food and water you expect to use. Exercise good judgment. If you feel lost or injured, get to safety immediately and seek assistance. Goodbye, Alpha. I remember the night when we first arrived, half frozen to death in the blizzard, teeth chattering. These cabins seemed like one of those resorts you'd see on television. Those were tough times, but the cabins were home. Some holes sprang in the roof, we'd get a bucket. If a beam fell down, we'd prop it back up. But the Paladin says they're just too fallen apart to keep fixing. It's going to be cramped in the new space, but it'll be nice to have 4 good walls and a roof. but I'll miss my time in Bunkhouse Alpha. Oh, yeah. Guess this is Alpha. Yep, Bunkhouse Alpha. It's weird. You don't get sentiment like that out of civs. Oh, civilians, for those of you that don't understand military lingo. A civvy will never miss his home. Well, not in the same way a soldier will. A civvy gets homesick. A soldier gets base sick. Yeah, because that makes sense, me being able to pull his shotgun out of his head. Is this the beginning or the end? Yeah, I don't know. Probably the end. I am not the first person here today. Anonymous diary page. I bide my time, I bite my lip. I joined the service on my birthday, and it was the proudest day of my life when I became a ranger. Almost as proud as I was to be tapped to be Intagony's thunder. And now squires, knights, paladins, what the hell? I try not to roll my eyes. I try to never let my unit down, but sometimes on watch I think about leaving. Pick a direction. I think west. Things got to be better out west. But I know too well what waits out there. So whatever stupid new rules comes out, I bite my lip. I say whatever they want, but in my head, I'm a ranger, and not even the lieutenant can take that from me, is what I assume it says. Yeah. Henry's letter. Dear Sarah, I'm starting to think coming out to Camp Venture was a huge mistake. These people are totally nuts. Did you know they call themselves Knights and Paladins? What the heck is going on around here? I thought I'd join the Brotherhood of Steel. I could learn to protect you and the kids, but all they want to do is create soldiers who are ready to die in battle. Maybe I should just quit and come home. Write me soon, I need to hear from you, Henry. Henry, you're a dope. Do you not know how soldiers work? You have to train a soldier to kill and be willing to be killed. Otherwise, a soldier can't do his job.
Congratulations, Appalachia. Paladin Taggarty told me of your victory at Huntersville. I know it was costly, but future generations will thank you, as I am thanking you now. It makes me proud, but that's not why I'm calling. One of the Brotherhood's standing orders is being on the lookout for valuable technology, anything that would help us in our efforts. But as I look in every direction, I see chaos. The lights are out, and men have become little better than barbarians. Civilization. Civilization is something I think of every day. I know Lizzie is probably sick of the word by now. To rebuild that, to reclaim that, our successors are gonna need the secrets of the past. And those secrets are in danger of slipping through our fingers forever. So far, our scribes have been tools to help protect our knights and maintain our bases. That needs to change. The Brotherhood is gonna be more than an armed fighting force. We are going to be the guardians of civilization. So we have to grab every schematic, every holotape, every book, every goddamn note that holds the building blocks of the old world before it is too late. Our scribes will hold on to them, preserve them, perhaps even progress beyond them. And the knights protect them like a hard shell around a precious seed. One day when the time is right, that seed will grow, and a new civilization will be born. This is why we were born. Don't you see it? Helping your fellow man is a good goal, a soldier's goal. But this, we will be the catalyst that changes the world. I'm sure you have questions. Paladin Taggarty is fully briefed. I have every faith in you, Appalachia. Elder Maxon, out.
Damn. He's not wrong.
Appalachia online, Captain.
I know most of you love America. Good old red, white, and blue. But those of us who served at Mariposa know something. America failed. Not because of its citizens, who lived clean lives filled with hardship in a never-ending war. Certainly not because of its fighting men and women. God bless them. No. Its leaders failed us. Senators, generals, presidents, all those bastards. Their failure almost destroyed all mankind. But I look around here, and I see survivors. People too stubborn, people too damn ornery to die. We've fought, and we've endured, and we finally have a small patch of safety. But having a home isn't enough. We need something more. What we need is purpose. We cannot look to the America of old for that purpose. We have to build our own. So tonight, as we break bread together, let us forge together something new, something strong, something we can be proud of, something we can build upon. We'll preserve what's best of what's come before us and use it. One day, we will reclaim what was lost. Let us forge a brotherhood.
That's dope! I want to know who voices Maxim. Hang on. Means I'm gonna Google it. Bert Elliott. He does a pretty good job. He nailed it, I think. You might think differently, and that's okay. But I think he fucking nailed it. Hell, you might think that all of this Brotherhood stuff is a bit retconny, and that's okay. I don't personally think it is. I think it makes perfect sense. But that's sense to me, not you. People stood in different places see things differently. Letter to Tommy. Tommy, Knight Wilson says we're deploying tomorrow. Graduation's early. Fort Defiance needs men now, apparently. I know you don't approve of my decision to come here, but everyone's got the Brotherhood wrong. There's an army of Scorched in the bog. It's not lies. I've seen the Scorched beasts with my own eyes. You should come. We need you. It's hard to sleep knowing I'm heading in. Training's one thing, but we'll be fighting for real in days. Makes sense to me. Defiance is an old LEG asylum. Lord knows we have to be crazy to go there. I know it won't mean anything to you, Tommy, but ad Victorium, for all our sakes. Ad Victorium. B. Indeed, ad Victorium, brother. About the Brotherhood.
Thank you, Captain. It's just us.
Lizzie, what's on your mind?
A Brotherhood of Steel? What's that even mean? The men over here are confused.
We need to do something bold. We can't just stay the U.S. Army. What's gonna happen, and this is only a matter of time, is some general or some goddamn politician is gonna exit a vault and start ordering us around. And worse, they'll order some grunt to start the whole goddamn cycle again. Another wave of nuclear death, and if that's not enough, they'll do it again. You know they will, Lizzie. It ends with us. We won't let them.
I understand. But a Brotherhood? Knights? Am I supposed to call you, what, Elder?
Words have power, Lizzie. They build identity. They take on a meaning if you keep using them, even if it didn't exist before. It was the Knights and the Scribes, after the fall of Rome, that protected what was left of Western civilization. So we are the new Knights, and our role is similar. But we'll need more than names. We'll need new traditions, our own mythology. Something people can believe in to their core.
Is this necessary?
What else can I do? Declare myself president? Make you a senator? Look around, Lizzie. It's Something's killing us. More than the rads and the freaks out there. Depression. People who've lost everyone. Every goddamn soul. Wives. Kids. Loved ones. Even the goddamn mailman. We need to replace it with something. Otherwise, people's souls will wither. We'll be little more than walking dead men.
I'll do my best to see the orders carried out, sir.
Give it time, Lizzie. People have a hunger to believe in something. Just let them work their way to it.
It's not wrong, you know. Like, it seems incredibly stupid, but it's not. Humans are very predictable and very fickle. Belmont incident. From Knight Esposito, Training Sergeant, to Sir Knight Wilson, Training CO. Subject: the Belmont incident. I take full responsibility for Squire Belmont's letter home. I make no excuses. I want to point out, however, that operational security and procedure was covered twice during training, but clearly the subject needs considerably more emphasis. I will endeavour going forward to drill this into my cadets accordingly. Ad Victoriam. Okay.
Overseer's log, Camp Venture. Just who was this Brotherhood of Steel? Survivalists? Former army personnel? They took their training and their call signs seriously, that's for certain. Organized, efficient, access to hardware. You'd think they'd be ruling West Virginia by now. But they're gone. If they're following military logic, then they'll have a fortified headquarters somewhere, and a leader. Someone who knew what they were planning.
They did. Defiance, wherever it is their base of operations. Well, it's an asylum. They already said that. One guy said that. Mud pit. Mud pit. This place has been pretty well fortified, to be honest. Almost to the bloody nines. Commander's Terminal. Let's have a look at this one. Archives. Edward Eddie Hayes, Jr. Files archived. 2nd of the 11th, 81. March roster. Ella Ames. Casey Banks. Ella Ames. She went missing. Casey Banks. Randy Calloway. Riley Clay. Oh, they're training the... Right, schedule. Week 1. Fitness, level 1 cardio, level 1 strength training. Survival skills, building a fire, clean water, shelter. Week 2. Level 1 cardio, level 1 strength. Level 1 hand-to-hand, target practice, field dressing, safe and poisonous flora. Week 3. Level 2 cardio, level 2 strength, level 2 hand-to-hand, wilderness navigation, first aid, signals. Week 4. Obstacle course, competition, survival trial. Personal notes. Group assessment. This next group I'm about to take on is mostly Free States members, plus stragglers. Time to whip these kids into shape, maybe even convert those few who haven't seen the light of day yet. Riley said he wants my best, so I aim to please. These kids won't find any mercy in my camp. Ella Ames. I don't normally comment on just a signal trainee, but this Ella Ames is something else. Apparently, she's got a VTU medical education on top of her extensive knowledge of Appalachian flora and fauna. She knows her way around a firearm, how to dress a deer, and even has a couple of wrestling moves up her sleeve. If things really do go as Riley's saying, her bunker's the first place I'm heading to should anything happen to mine. Hell, I'd make some excuse to get locked in with her and her family, if I would upset their supply balance. Fuck. Bunker development. I'm debating if I should go into bunker development during these camps. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to show what the space would be like. I could take them to mine, but I'm not about to give up the location. I've heard some of the Free States have had their share of problems with locals trying to sabotage their efforts. Knowing my luck, they bother me. I put a few fellas in the hospital, and no one wants that. Damn. Wonder where his bunker is. Probably somewhere awesome. Right, Commander's Terminal. Personal notes. Squires and ranks. I had a long time to talk with Paladin Taggart about the ranks of the Brotherhood. Unlike most of the rest, I am fine with them in general. Scribe, Knight, Elder, all respectable names, but Squire? Belmont told me that what a Squire actually was. They were young noble kids being trained to be knights one day. Calling a grown man or woman a Squire is just insulting. Not really, because Squires would go from the age of about 6 to 8 to usually until they were 16, 18 years old. So you could be an adult before you became a knight. Apparently the argument was good. The Paladin said Elder Maxim has some other ideas about renaming the ranks, but for now he's letting people digest the changes that have already been made. The Brotherhood. So we're the Brotherhood of Steel, still hashing out the changes we need to the training regiment. All the physical skills are still valid and under my direction. Paladin Taggart will coordinate with Elder Maxim with regard to other training changes. The current class is understandably confused, but we'll get it done. Training starts. My father said I'd never be an officer. Scroungers like us never amount to anything. He was wrong. The Thunder having a hard time with what we saw at West Tech experiments, FEV, but there's no going back. Even if we found a general, how could we take orders? For now, Captain Roger Maxim is the end of the line. Chain of command established. I'm coming around on the grandkid. He is another mouth to feed, but he got us into West Tech and he made sense of a lot of it. The lieutenant might be right about him. Once the camp's operational, we'll commence duty logs. Saved reports. Tex Rogers. Since the Great War, this is the first training commendation I've issued. And it's well deserved. He didn't much look like it, but Moreno found him. But Tex has the right stuff. Never seen someone take to the training like he did, especially for his age. With the super mutants over by Huntersville heating up, had to shave a week off basic for the current class. Not only did Tex rise to the occasion, but he helped his squad through. Recommended to the Paladins that we fast track him for promotion. The man's a born leader, and he's a sense and has a sense of touch in a 51B that you just can't teach. Kay Kelly. There's no one to send a letter to. I didn't know Kay Kelly well. We're all shocked. She was a reservist, seemed to be learning well, liked Poor Grant found her body, going through her effects. Seems like she lost a lot of kin, close kin. Didn't look it, but she was taking it hard. Given the world full of graves we left behind, I suppose I shouldn't be shocked more soldiers don't take the easy way out. I hope the final mission treats you well, Kelly K. E. Fisher. Recruit E. Fisher went AWOL. Severe understatement. 1 week before graduation, E. Fisher, showing promise. Officer of the watch reported yesterday morning E. Fisher was missing. So was 1 combat shotgun, 10 boxes of shells, 1 salvage recon map, and other sundries. He ripped us off. Tried tracking him down, but lost him at the base of the Savage Divide. I hope to God the raiders kill him, or 1 highly trained army ranger almost, with a specialty in demolition. There are no words. Tomorrow the LT and I are going to have a talk about our recruiting strategy. Hopefully she listens this time. First class duty logs. Thunder. It's been 29 days since Taggart ordered Camp Venture online to fill out our ranks, and I'm honoured to report that we're fully operational. Had to improvise a where was I? Had to improvise the regime without any airborne component, but everything else has been adapted. To ensure our survival, Taggart needs true soldiers, not mercenaries, not weakened warriors, but cold-blooded killing machines. Yep. Cold-blooded killing machines. Bursting at the seams with efficiency, determination, and grit. That's what I intend to give her. The best of the best. Second log. 9 recruits signed up at Venture in the last month. And 2 already quit. Out of the remaining 6, it's my opinion that 4 of them are worthy to join the Thunder. The remaining 2 will likely wash out before the end of the week. The only way to earn my respect here is to graduate. There are no prizes for second place. Third log. In regards to the fatality, I'd like to state that while the recruit's passing was regretful, it wasn't a surprise. With an intense training regime, some breakage was and still is to be expected. To prepare these recruits for battle, I have them perform live fire exercises against hostile targets. It's the only way to ensure they are fully ready for battle. I sent a formal request to Taggart to join us for the fallen recruit's funeral. Hopefully she can attend, and we can put this tragedy behind us. Fourth log. As expected, we're down to 4 recruits. I'm getting pressure from Taggart to accelerate training, but I'm going as fast as I can. She said she'd wait until I considered them ready. The only obstacle is the lack of power armor parts. The recruits overwork the hydraulics, which leaves the suits out of commission until they're repaired. I've asked for replacements, but Taggart's saving them for the soldiers in the field. For now, I'll just have to make do with what that we have. Okay, last log. Pleased to report the first class has graduated and joined Taggart's Thunder. I am certain that they'll prove to be worthy soldiers and honour the ideals set forth by the Lieutenant and Captain Roger Maxim. As word spreads that we're seeking soldiers, new recruits show up at the camp. They're eager to learn what the Thunder has to offer, and some are ex-military, perhaps looking to rekindle that sense of structure they lost after the bombs, perhaps in a few years we can call ourselves an army. That would be a hell of a thing. Damn. Big dreams, people. Big dreams. It didn't exactly go too well. Notice dangerous tech. To all Brotherhood of Steel personnel, with last cargo bot down, Senior Knight Wilson has ordered all dangerous technology to be stored in the secure cache in the basement of Hut Vest. It may not be as secure as the off-site depot, but good luck to any raider that tries to break into it. The more tech we can secure, the safer our future may be. Ad Victorium. Oh. Upcoming deliveries. 10 gallons purified water, 5 units Stimpaks, 2 case antiseptic, 2 units bandage, 5 case general rations, 12 cases beer, 20 units batteries. Cargo bot supply drop. Cargo bot en route. There it is. Cargo bot. Okay, we'll listen to that in a sec. First, I'm going to check out that basement. Since it mentioned that it's full of dangerous technologies. Supposedly. I think I'm going to finish for the evening, because it has just gone midnight. Well, it's 10 past now. But yeah, I think the card's been doing well. Let me get up to my actual camp. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to finish up, and I will see you later at some point. Bye!